Today we recognize Lieutenant Elwood Gainor, a 5-year veteran of the Lancaster City Police Department who was killed in the line of duty on March 28, 1927. Lieutenant Gainor joined the police department as a desk sergeant. He later became an operations sergeant, which is the equivalent of our street sergeant, and then was later promoted to lieutenant. On the night in question that he was killed, he had taken a report of a theft from 2 women from Elizabethtown that reported that their purses and packages were left in a vehicle. They had obtained a ride from 2 gentlemen that were in Lancaster City. They went to a club outside of Lancaster, had some drinks, and the men left the women at the club. They later obtained a ride in the city, and they saw these men riding around in the car. They obtained the license plate number and then later filed a report with Lieutenant Gainor. In the early morning hours of the 28th of March, Lieutenant Gainor received a telephone call, and then within a few minutes left the station and advised the officers that he was going out on a follow-up. He left his duty revolver and his blackjack behind. That would have been roughly about 2 o'clock in the morning. At about 5:30 in the morning, the Lancaster Police received notification from the state police that Lieutenant Gainor's body was found in Sharon Hill, Pennsylvania, which is in Delaware County. He had been beaten, he had been shot 4 times. The Pennsylvania State Police headed the investigation because his body was found in their jurisdiction. During the course of the investigation, a suspect was developed by the name of Joseph Diano, who was known as referred to as a lone wolf of the underworld, bootlegger, rum runner, and he had carried numerous aliases. Approximately 2 years after, as the investigation proceeded, his body was found in a Newark landfill. It was in a vehicle. The vehicle had been burned. His body had been badly burned. He was identified through dental records, and the case pretty much ended there. No arrests were ever made in this case. It's been rumored that as investigators pursued Diano, that the mob was concerned that if they arrested him, that he might provide information about their activities, and it's been rumored that the mob took care of Diano before police could get a hold of him. And as I said, no arrests were ever made. So here we are 85 years later, and recognizing Lieutenant Gainor, who to date is the only and hopefully the last Lancaster City officer to die in a line of duty. And today we will dedicate our media briefing room in his name. We'll unveil a memorial, and that memorial will hang in the media briefing room.
I'd like to ask Chief Sadler and staff officers in attendance to come forward and unveil the Lieutenant Elwood Gainor Memorial that will be displayed on the west wall of the media briefing room.